Oh, Jesus! This time I'm live! Well, that annoyed me. Very heavily. There's the links. Let's get everybody in here. So I tried scheduling the stream for my first time, which I probably shouldn't have done without testing first, and I don't know what the hell happened. I went live and nobody saw anything. It just kept saying, waiting for the live stream to start, and I was like, what? But I am starting. What's going on? I don't fucking know. That was stupid. Anyways, now we're here. So, Alright, I have to... Okay, that chat I had open was from the old stream. Now I can see the chat. There we go. Alright, I had to update the links. So, you might be thinking to yourself, why am I staring at like a whole bunch of breasts on a computer screen right now? Well, it's time to make the ultimate crossover tier list of all history and time. This tier list being a tier list ranking boob size of all Realms and Ratrapian characters. That's right. Nova says, bazoingas. Indeed. Oinga boinga bazoingas. So, this is going to be a very interactive stream because, well, to be frank here, I thought, oh, this will be a fun little thing to do just for the hell of it. And then me and, like, Fat Ho last night were working on this for, like, it was almost 4 hours. It took a while to actually prepare. I can't believe how long it took. But we're ready now. And that's why we had to cancel on Tuesday. Anyways, welcome to the first Realms and Ratrapians live stream on this channel, huh? I don't know if there'll be more. I'm sure there will be at some point. I'm pretty sure this will go good. So, alright. So, I'm just waiting for some people to join in and getting this ready here. But we have... I don't know exactly how many characters. I think 55 characters we're ranking. I mean, Realms and Ratrapians has been around for 2.5 years. There's been a lot of characters. And there's been a lot of female characters. And of those female characters, there's been a lot of characters that have had their boobs included in their art. So, here we go. Almost 60 characters. And for anybody wondering why I tagged Realms and Ratrapians, well, this will be interactive to some degree. You might think, how the hell is this going to be interactive? Well, I have a very simple answer for that. We're going to have a bet. And you don't actually have to spend your character's Vekels on this bet. It's literally free money. Alright? Well, free Vekels if you play R&R anyway. If you're not playing R&R, this doesn't matter. But, well, the tier list has 10 tiers, okay? 5Ds, quadruple Ds, triple Ds, double Ds, D, C, B, A, flat, and illegal. I don't think there's going to be many characters in illegal, but we'll see. Now, this is all left up to discussion, and this is all up to you guys. So, I'm not really sure what tier is going to have the most, but I want everybody to place their bets on what they think will have the most. Now, it's 150 Vekels that everybody is vetting, which means that if you don't know how a bet works, the more Vekels placed on one tier, and the more people in that tier, the less money you will make. Now, let's say you're a very lone picker on the A tier. You think A will be the best one. That will have the most boobies by the end of it. Well, if A wins, you get all of the Vekels from the bet, alright? Now, let's just say, like, 9 people pick B. You're going to have to split all the Vekels between those 9 people. Of course, there will be people that didn't pick B, and those Vekels will still be split between those 9 people. So that's how the bet works. It's very simple. I just didn't know if everybody understood how a simple bet works. So, alright, chat, place your bets. And for those who didn't join in, I should tell them, I'm going to say right now, join in to place your bets now, or it will be too late. Yep, I'll even say it in the chat here. Join in to place bets now. I'm not gonna have the bets thing last long because I want to get started with the fun tier list, and we're gonna debate about this for a while, guys. This will be fun. I even cropped all characters, and we cropped out all of their faces to make icons. You want to see them? You want to see them, guys? Look at all of these faces. This is all of our options here. There's a lot of people to pick from. So, if you don't know their names, don't worry. We can say. 2D is my bet. 2D? What the fuck you mean 2D? You mean double D? You're not talking about 2D from Gorillas, right? Alright. I think normal D. Double D. A lot of people think double D. I don't recall that many Realms and Ratrapians characters having that big of breasts. How do one bet? It's very simple. You have to bet on which one of these you think is going to have the most boobs by the end of this list. Also, is the music too loud? Wait. What the fuck? Where's the music at? Can you guys not hear the music? Why did nobody say anything? Oh, God. There's been music playing the whole time, guys. Oh, shit. Are you kidding me? Hold on. I'm messing with the settings right now. I really don't understand why you can't hear it, because it's playing through my computer, and that's how it's always worked. I did not change anything about my settings. I have no clue why you can't hear the music. Guys, I was listening to the Terraria soundtrack. Spoilers. What the fuck? What's going on? Oh shit, can you guys hear it now? Oh man, that was weird. It made me like do some weird settings stuff. I don't know what that was all about. Okay. Wait, no D final answer? I mean, I could be wrong. There might be a lot of big boobs, but I recall there being more mid-sized boobs than big. Maybe that's just like my false brain. I'm wrong on a lot of things, guys. Don't get me wrong here, alright? I don't fucking know. I don't think so. I'm gonna place my own bet. I'm gonna say, I think that the most popular answer will be, actually, yeah, I'd say C or D. I don't fucking know. But I could be wrong. I mean, there's a lot of small-chested women, too. And there's a few with pretty big breasts. Oh, alright, guys. Before anybody places your bets, it is very important to mention, giants are being ranked as normal humans, and super giants, too. So, Nielsen, the board, who's 6'9", we're just gonna say that giants have their own bra sizes, right? So, let's just say that on Nielsen, maybe a human D would be like triple D. Well, that's not how it's gonna work. It's just, everybody is being ranked by the same level. So, giants don't matter. It's just gonna be body proportion-wise. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways. You might think, why does this even need to be discussed for the whole live stream, guys? Well, first off, it's fun as hell. And second off, more importantly, guys, me and Kelly were just talking about this miscellaneously while we were in a car ride back home after eating out at, I think, like, fucking Longhorn Steakhouse or something like that. And we were like, dude, it's really hard to tell whose boobs are bigger, because we were talking about Lillian and Jamie, and we were like, whose boobs are bigger? But Jamie's pushing her boobs up in the picture, and Lillian's are down in her shirt, and it was really hard to tell which is bigger. But the thing is, we were like, bro, we can make a whole tier list of boobs, and it's kind of hard to tell in general who has the biggest, just because there's so many characters in different positions that, I mean, it's very, like, opinionized, I guess. But anyways, how does one bet? Pick a tier, alright? I'm gonna check the chat. I'll be reading the chat all night, guys. We're all gonna discuss this. This isn't just for me to decide. Everyone is gonna decide and give you a reason for why you think so. So, oh, I see a lot of D. Matt says my bet is on C. Guys, I feel like these bets are going to get lost, aren't they? Oh, somebody's writing them down. Good. So, guys, finalize bets right now. We're going to, after the bets are placed, we can start doing all the tiers, okay? Finalize bets. So, illegal, flat, A, B, C, D, double D, triple D, quadruple D, or 5D. I don't fucking know if anybody's going to be in 5D, but we just put it there because why not? I'm surprised where's Shadowhead's at. Is he not going to get the bet in? We talked to him 20 minutes ago when we were watching Castlevania. Alright, bets are closed in 1 minute. Water, that's not how this works. You can't bet on characters. You only bet on the tier as a whole. We're not betting on characters. Unless you guys want to do your own little bets in chat, like, hey, do you think that this character's gonna be this or that? I don't fucking care, but no, the main bet is bet on the size. What size you think will have the most? Okay, so Nova said D, final bet. QD? What is QD? What do you mean? You mean 5D? Oh no, quadruple D, I see. Oh, I was like, QD, nani? Okay, quadruple D. And Coffee and Maz, you guys are good with your options as Coffee D, Maz C. You guys are good with that? And Kel, what is yours? I'm a little confused. Is it D? Is it double D? What is it? You were saying double D for a while. Yes. So I cropped out transparent versions of each character so that you can view all of them, guys. So I think the bets are about to be closed here. I don't know where Shadowhand's at. I think he's gonna miss the bet. Maz is good too. Alright, cool. Kelly wrote the note in the chat, so you can't change your answer now. I suppose if somebody joins slightly late, we'll let them change their mind, but we're not... The bets are gonna be closed by 11:20, which is in 3 minutes. So... He's at another stream. Well, he's a bitch boy, bro. Sucks to be him. First up, first choice, Elijah. I have images of each character, so you don't have to know the character to guess their boob size. So, guys, now, it's gonna start off very simple. You're just gonna look at a character and go, huh, I think that's a D. But here's the thing, we're gonna get deeper into it, and you're gonna see a character's boobs, and someone's gonna go, double D, you're gonna go, what the fuck, double D? But that character's boobs was triple D, and that looks smaller, and it's gonna become a debate, everyone. That's what's gonna happen. Alright, let's see what the chat says. Oh, okay, so Blue voted D for their bet, it looks like. I think, unless this is in reference to Elijah, but... Let's see, we have D, C, B, A, B, D. Looking at it, I mean, I would say it doesn't look like A to me. It looks too small to be, too big to be A. I think they're B. They don't look like a C to me, but I could be wrong. You know, because C's right under D, and I'm thinking that's not close to a D. That's definitely like a B, in my opinion. I see a lot of B's, guys. Alright, Elijah is decided for B tier. Well, by the way, these are not finalized right after we first decide. See, we're gonna change them around after we place a few of them, guys. Once we, like, place a bunch of them and you guys are like, oh shit, this isn't right, we'll change them around. This is going in alphabetical order, by the way, so... Next up is Lily's mom, Bereka, guys. Now... This is why the boob tier list is hard. Some of them are saggy, some of them are in bras, some of them are being held up, some of them are like not being held up. They're just in a lot of different positions. Some are perky, some aren't. So I don't know about this one. I mean, they look like a C to me. A are nearly flat. Yeah, I was saying that. In my mind, if it's A, there's no shadow. And if there's a shadow, it can't be A. That's how I think. I see a lot of C. Sag. B, because they're not very big. There's just space between them. They don't look very big. They look a lot more fatty, because keep in mind, bra size is how much is being grasped against in the boobs, right? Like, there's double Ds where they're oinga boinga bazoingas, and then there's double Ds where they're pretty tight fitting. It just depends how much mass can be fit into the bra size. But a lot of people are saying C, and I agree, so we're going to go with C for them. Oh, shit. I can't... Okay, there we go. Alright, next up is... Oh, shit, is this censored? Oh, okay, it is censored. Good. I think that was Cammy. Sorry, she doesn't... There's no, like, art of her with clothes on, guys. She's from, Deadly Prostitution. She was one of the prostitutes that threw the nipples... Or she threw the shurikens off her nipples. I'm gonna say they... So far, okay. Now, you guys can probably see why I didn't want to place my personal bets on D, because... To me, So far, there's already been a lot of, like, mid-size. There's not a lot of Ds, but I could be wrong. There is, from what you can tell by the boobs thumbnail, there's a lot of big boobs, but I don't know how many of them are Ds. I see a lot of C again. Yeah, it looks like C. We're gonna speedrun through the first part. We'll start changing them once we get to some conflicting answers here. Next up is our first guild member, CC. I mean, CC's always been known for having big boobs. I'm gonna say they look pretty big to me. I mean, they're being pressed together and held up by a bra. And if you've ever seen the naked art of CC, which I can't pull up on the YouTube stream, when they're sag, I mean, they're pretty big. I'm gonna say D. They don't look like C. Like, let's compare it to Bereka and Cammy. These are clearly bigger. Look at that cleavage. Yeah, truly. 2D? Somebody says 2D. I mean, it could be double Ds too. I mean, thinking about it, if we're comparing it to Cammy, who just had a small amount of sag and wasn't being pressed up against, I mean, that's a lot of mass in there. I like D. We'll put it in D for now. We'll see if anybody changes their mind later on. I'm seeing a lot of D, though. And I mean, I can see why it would be placed in D. Alright, next up, we have Discipula. This is our first pretty flat girl. This is either A or flat, but guys, like, look at her chest. There's something popping out, right? Would you consider that flat still? Or is this A? Because I think this might be A. I feel like because there's a small amount popping up, it could be A, or that could just be her shirt puffing up, but it looks like A. So, like, Matt said flat, but a lot of A's, so we're gonna go with A. Guys, did I skip a character? Yeah, I did. What happened to Claren? Is her art missing? It is. Oops. Oh, it's because her name is Dojo Master in my thing. That's weird. Okay, Claren. She's the Dojo Master of One-Eye Dojo and Marlarks. Jarvonius. They look like they're sagging. I doubt they're being held up by a bra. Like, guys, judging by how far apart they're probably not being held up by a bra. So these are loose saggers. How big do you think these ones are going to be? As long as there's a bit of boob, it's A. Yeah, I agree with that. I think flat is when there's no boob. C, B, B. Wait, B for this woman? I feel like these look kind of big. Bro, like, compare those to, like, Cammy's? I think they look bigger than Cammy's, right? And Bereka's, who are placed in C, so wouldn't this be like a D? I feel like B is too small. Right? You following what I'm saying here? Okay, there's a robe there, right? That's covering where the cleavage would be, but look how big it is in comparison to her head, guys. I think that's a D. I'm not seeing B. Maybe we can compromise for C, but let's go back to, like, I don't know. Let's go back to Bereka, right? Are you saying that this is smaller than those? Because I don't see that. Alright. This does not look smaller than that woman's in Cammy's. This looks a lot bigger. Nah, that's the Shadow Works. Are you sure? Maybe. Maybe. Alright, I'm seeing a lot of B, so we're gonna go with B. I don't actually agree with that, but we're gonna go with that. I'm just judging by how much it's jutting out, though. Wouldn't it at least be C? I mean, guys, this is not in the same tier as Elijah. Let's be real here. Give Bereka B. Yeah, we'll give her B. That makes sense. Yeah, we're gonna move her down, I think. Dojo Master with C. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think like they look that short to me. They look pretty big. I mean, that's covering the whole rib cage. It looks like. Look how far down it goes. That's C. We're getting a lot of C. We're gonna keep her in the C. Yeah, I can fare with this. Alright, next up, who do we got? We got Darina. Oh, guys, look at remastered art done by Fat Ho here. Darina is from the old quest Nightmare Lancers, which is on the alternate reminiscence ballot, by the way. It's cropped weird. Ignore that. Her son is in the picture. We cropped him out. We don't need no children here. D. Yeah, guys, look. Okay, let's be real here. I don't see a bra. It looks like it's sagging low. And, man, those look pretty fucking big, bro. Shadowhand said, sorry, was talking to my grandmother. Well, Shadow Hands, if you want to place a bet, it has to be right now. You don't have any time to think about it. Everybody else already placed their bet. Mommy Milkers. No, you guys, these are pretty big. I'm saying D, 2D, a lot of mass D. I'm saying more D than double Ds. Do you guys think that these are bigger than Cece's? Like, okay, if Cece had her bra off, they might sag as much as she is, so I'm gonna say D is a pretty fair bet. But we can change that. Shadow Hands, is B your guess for Dorina, or is B your bet? Because I don't think Dorina is a B. That's a lot of boob. Is your bet on B? If so, you're the last person allowed to place a bet here, unless somebody else joins right now. Your bet is D, Vincent? He put a B. What do you mean? What is your bet? Oh, B is my bet. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, because she looks like a D. Alright, B's his bet. Write it down in the chat, fat hoe. Guys, this is pretty even so far, but they're all... I told you guys there's not that many big boobs, and you guys were saying like double D's and shit. I was like, guys, most of R&R is mid-sized boobs. I try to have a lot of variety and to make the world feel more believable, right? This isn't no anime here. Alright, next up we have Diamethyst from the recent quest, The Knifer, the Misfits quest. She was the one who her husband was killed by the Knifer, and she hired you guys to kill the bounty hunter. She's from Jericlaps. Now, it's not exactly showing too much of the boobs, but I can't tell if she's holding up with her arms or not, but it kind of looks like she is. D, C, 2D, C, C. Well, that's a lot of conflicting answers. Well, it's definitely C or bigger. It's not shorter than a C. I'm going to say D because look at how much puff there is, and if we're comparing that to, like, Cece's, or, like, looking at, we put Cammy and the Dojo Master in C. I think these look bigger than theirs, right? I'd say it has to be at least D, right? Logically. I mean, if anything, we can move Dorina and Cece up at some point if D just comes off as too small for those two, but this girl is bigger than C, right? Cammy and hers. Look at the line on the shirt. That be Stretch Boy. Yeah, that shirt is stretching out. I say B. B looks perfect. B. Shit, B is that's kind of small. I don't think this is B. There's a lot of mass there. Yeah. Okay, guys, we need that. Who the fuck put 3D, 6Ds, bro? It's not 6Ds. That's not even on the tier list. It's B, D. Okay, well, if my bet counts too, and if I'm betting, I'm gonna say D. A lot of people are conflicted on this one, but I think there's more D than anything, so we're gonna go with D. It almost feels weird putting her in the same tier list as Cece and Dorina. Okay, let's be honest here. She does look like she has less than Cece and Dorina, so that's maybe why Maz is saying C, but she has more than Cammy and Claren, guys. Come on. There's no way she has the same amount as these two. I think that, you know what? Is it safe to move these two up, maybe? Maybe we, like, underestimated the size of their boobs. Low D, so C. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of agreeing with Maz. I think, well, I'm agreeing with Maz that it's closer to D than it is to, like, B, but I don't know. It just sits differently on her than the other two. Maybe. You know what? I don't know. A lot of people are saying D, but I guess D, but guys, just looking at like the mass size of her boob compared to Dorina and Cece's, I mean, just look at the way it's sitting there, right? And then let's go back to this. There's a lot more boob on Cece than on that woman, isn't there? Like, quite a bit more. I mean, look at the depth compared to that woman's. When the mass is casting a shadow over the stomach. Yeah. So C. I don't see C. Well, maybe. I mean, yeah, it's smaller than these two, but... Guys, this woman's boobs is bigger than those two in C, right? I think everybody agrees at least with that much. I don't see how this woman's boobs is the same size as Cammy and Claren. It's a high C. Okay, I think the chat is mostly saying D, so we're just gonna keep them D. We'll keep it D. We'll go back to her at some point, maybe. I'm pretty sure CC and Dorina's gonna move up, guys. I'm pretty confident that's gonna happen at some point. Next up, we have Flua. Guys, is this A or is she just flat? I mean, I think it's A. I mean, maybe? But look at the right side. See how it's kind of going over the shoulder a little bit? There's something there, right? So I don't think we can consider that flat. Unless that's just her rib cage. But look at how skinny she is. I don't think that's fat. I'm going to say that has to be like an A. But I'm debating her rib cage. She's wearing, right? Yes, B. B. Wait, you guys think she's B? Wait, maybe I'm wrong. You guys think she's bigger? Flat cause rib cage? Guys, this looks really small to me. Like, there's no shadow being casted by these boobs. I don't think this is a B. Flat because that sits with me better. Well, I'm gonna say A is more than flat. A lot of people are saying B. Let's like middle line it. Let's middle line with A, right? Is it plated armor? No, it's not plated armor. That's actually casual wear. Look at her side on the right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you look at her side on the right, guys, there's something jutting out a little bit. But so she can't be flat. No, Shadow is saying B because he placed a B with his bet. Bruh. Oh, then A. Yeah, let's go with A. I'm pretty sure we're gonna stay with A. Guys, how's the music? Is it too loud for you? Because at my end, it's a little loud. I mean, it doesn't sound like it does to you guys that it does to me. So, I mean, it's probably fine for you. I don't know. Ella, we got another guild member up. Guild members' arts are always a lot cleaner than miscellaneous arts. Jesus. A works for the bump. Yeah, a lot of people changed their mind to A. We're gonna go with A for her, but wait, no, it's fine. I have you muted because I'm next to you. Yeah, the music is a bit loud. Music is fine. Okay, well, hold on. I'll turn it down a tiny bit here, just a little bit. Okay. So for Ella, how old again? She's like 17 and a half. She's almost legal, right? And come on, guys. Ella has fought more battles than most people in the Boundless. I mean, she's saved people. I think she deserves to be called an adult. She's smarter than, like, most people in the Misfits. But, no, technically... Okay, illegal. But let's be honest here, guys. This is the R&R tier list. Like... 18 is not necessarily legal in most realms, so who knows? You know what I'm saying here? Are we really gonna put her in illegal? Could we not even rate her? I mean, look at those thighs, guys. That's my argument for illegal or not. Look at those thighs, guys, alright? B. I'm seeing some B here now. Rotten is illegal. Let's just scroll down and let's just go over to Rotten and put her in illegal. We just skipped ahead. Compare Ella and Rotten. Okay, guys, if we're looking at Rotten, look at the difference in... I want you guys to look at the difference in this. Alright? Look at that. A 15-year-old, flat as hell, young, looks like a child. And we're comparing it to this body here, guys. I'm pretty sure... I don't think Ella deserves to be put in the same tier as Rotten, guys. Put her in B. I'm seeing a lot of B. Rat made hentai of her. She is not illegal. Yeah, that's... We're ending it there. She's not illegal. Alright, where can we go next? Oh shit, my Discord's making noises. Hold on, let me turn that off. There we go. Yeah, a lot of B. Like, the chat is pretty unanimous with B on this one. Wait, are we really saying she's B? Is she B? Yeah, she's B. It's just weird thinking Ella is the same as Lily's mom and Elijah, though. I almost want to say A. I mean, But no, everybody says B. We're just gonna go with it. Maybe her boobs grew since her first art. You right? She definitely looks a lot more fit since her first art. It's the FBI. Well, there's a B in FBI, so we'll put her in B. Firen. The short Sevelidius that lives next to Ella and Catharsis in Sir Truish Rome. They're telling you to open up? Oh, shit. No, we're keeping them out. My doors are locked. I locked my doors harder than fucking Vincent when Cece carted running through. You know what I'm saying? D, double D? No, double D. Yeah, guys, I don't think she's this... Okay, if you put Diamethyst in D... This woman is not the same size as her, alright? She's bigger. But let's be honest here. Alright? Now, I'm seeing a lot of D. It's so damn huge. There's no space between them. Yeah. This is clearly bigger, guys. Like, they're being completely pressed against. Double D. I'm not really agreeing with the people in chat who say D. We're gonna move her to double D. Though, honestly though, guys, can we just go back really quick to Darina? Alright? Look at how much boob there is there. I mean, they're sagging, but if they were pushed up, do you feel like they would be close to Firen? Or I don't know, maybe she is under, actually. Yeah, I think she's under. Firen's boobs are pretty fucking big. But I mean, look how much those are jutting out. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. That's covering her whole rib cage. Alright, I know I keep going back to this, but I feel like Darina should move up. That, in my brain, that's what I keep saying. I don't know. But, let's go back to Firen now. And I mean, comparing Firen to Cece, I don't know. I feel like Cece's boobs are just as big. I mean, Firen is a short-ass person, guys. Look at those tiny-ass arms and shit. She's tiny. I feel like they're the same size as Cece's, if we're being real, right? Double D Darina. Some people are saying, man, she looks so pretty. I'm assuming that was in reference to Darina, not in reference to Firen. Right? Yeah, she should. You guys are saying she should move up? Yeah, let's move her up. And do you guys don't agree with me on Cece? I mean, think about it. Cece is a muscular-ass woman. These boobs have a lot of mass. And Cece's not as tiny as Darina. I mean, look at her arm comparison to Firen's arm. I think these boobs are probably going to be double D. At least to me. That's what I'm thinking here. But I could be wrong. Anyways, we'll move her. Let's move on to the next character. Fudd. Fuji Packer. The person who got stabbed in the butt by the Dover bro who was turned by Laref's parasites. What session was that? And that was Balsam Resurgence, the first Laref session. This was Blue's character. The one that was very quiet and shy. Yeah. So art by Blue as well. Flat, yeah. I'm gonna say flat. I'm pretty sure that shadow being casted is thanks to the coat and the spear. I don't think there's any boob, guys. There's nothing jutting out. A? Do you think that shadow's being casted by the boob? Because if so... Okay, look at where the leg is at in comparison to the shadow, guys. That's too low for the boobs. So I'm gonna say flat, right? Yeah, the chat's mostly saying flat. We're gonna go with flat. This is a pretty even tier so far, but B is the most popular tier right now. So we're only at F through the alphabetical order right now. Now we're at Gamis. There's not a good comparison for Gamis because there's only this side picture here. But I mean, you can see the boobs. There's something. Gamis has never been known for having big boobs though. And if she was the same size as a normal human, I'm gonna say it's like what, A, B? Oh yeah, also dead characters are in the tier list if it's not obvious. The fact that Gamis is here means that dead characters are allowed. B or C? B, A. I'm seeing a lot of B, and I kind of agree with B. I don't feel like that's A, guys. I think this is more than A. I feel like it's big enough to be considered B. I'm going to go with B for now. I'm going to say that's a pretty safe bet. Now, for everybody that betted high, don't worry. There's a lot more characters to go. You might still be fine. I mean, for example, let's look at Grimoire, the other dead demon of the Guild House. Those are some big boobs, bro. Okay, now, again, ignore the fact that she's a demon, and they look massive because, well, Grimoire's like 10 foot tall. But let's just say she's being ranked the same way humans are, okay? Those boobs look... They look like Cece's boobs, guys. Don't they? I mean, guys, hear me out here. Follow me here. Shoulder to arm length in comparison. Look how low it is on her chest, okay? The size in comparison to her head. Now, keep all that in mind. And then look at Cece. It's like the same length down, same comparison to the arms, pretty much. But Cece's a little more muscular. I'm pretty sure she's either the same as Cece, or Cece's just too low. That's what I'm saying here, guys. But there's a lot of boob there. There's no denying that. Yeah, D. D, I believe C. We're gonna just put in D for now. I don't see a lot of people disagreeing with this. Alright, Grimoire. Next up is another dead character, Hurliad. Wow, 3 dead characters in a row. Hurliad, she was part of the Farm Crows quest, which will be posted, actually the next R&R session being posted is the one she was the main character of. She's the animal scientist that was first premiered on the Snow Blue Mountain quest, and then she reappeared in Farm Crows, and she was killed on that one. Double D? Wow, double D. Okay, guys, this is really hard to guess. She has chainmail, some kind of second layer vest looking thing, and a 4th layer coat. So this is really hard to guess. But there's a line tugging on the coat indicating there's something there. And look at the shadow through the 4th layer. So she definitely is going to have some boobs. I'm not sure how big. Okay, now I'm seeing... Chat is saying... the lighting makes her bra flatter than circular. Maybe. But... Okay, I see C. I can't tell if she has a lot of clothes and coat stretch. She might be B, C, C? You guys saying C? Gosh damn, okay, she have C or bigger. B or C? Yeah, we're gonna go with C. That seems pretty fair, guys. It looks like the same as... It's like the same situation as Claren, right? The Dojo Master, it's stretched out, but they're not much being pushed together there. Claren's the Dojo Master, yeah, so... That seems pretty safe. Now we have Eichel. This is fine to put on YouTube. This is just a joke. I couldn't find a better picture to compare Eichel's boobs in, so we just used this one instead of her cheer out where you can't see anything. Now, guys, that looks like ribcage to me. I'm sorry, but it does. I'm pretty sure she has nothing, but I mean, there could be something, right? But guys, I can't pull this up on YouTube, but Patreons, go in Patreon realm, okay? The hentai is not canon for happening, but the art is. If you look at her boobs in Patreon realm, does that look like A to you? Or does that look flat? Because that looks pretty fucking flat to me. No, seriously, look at Eichel's hentai when she's riding the staff. I'm pretty sure she's flat. And I think her shirt is tugging out a little bit because she's turning, but... That could just be her ribcage. I'm pretty sure she's looking pretty flat. So a low A, Patreon is flat. She's definitely flat there. Flat for the meme. A. A lot of A's though. A because bump. Fair enough. Either high flat or low A. Alright, we'll put her in A. Guys, can the guild members not make Eiko feel depressed, guys? You guys can tell her she's not flat now. You can tell her that there's something there. This, like, 24-year-old woman actually has some level of boob. Okay. Next we have a weird one. Ilnick. Or Ilnitch, depending on how you want to pronounce it. She's one of the bug race, which barely have any drawings, from Spear in the Stone quest for the Boundless, a tier 1 session that unfortunately is not recorded. There's a good one. It's the one where they got trapped underground and there's that fake god guy. This was the first woman they ran into, and she offered them shelter for a little bit. So, let's look at those big old boobies there. Now, you can obviously see from the side of her boob. There's no bra, they're just sitting in there. So, nothing's being pushed up. But they look pretty fucking big. She's 24 the whole time. Yeah, she's always been that old. Or, I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure she's definitely over 20 to some degree. Holy shit, it's big. DD, C, double D, C. By the way, she's a mom. Oh yeah, the Ilnick is a mom. D, A lot of shadow, man. There is a lot of shadow. And I mean, guys, those boobs are not being pressed together by a bra, and they're pressing together. So there's a lot of boob there. I mean, do you see how much press there is there? And how low they're going on her body? I'm going to say that's probably a double D. But it could be D. I definitely say not C, says Shadowhands. Yeah, there's no gap. Yeah, there's no gap, and they're not being pressed together. So double D seems like a safe pick to me, guys. I mean, guys, are you going to tell me these boobs are lower than Firen and Darina's? I don't think so. I'm going to say these are double Ds. I mean, Darina's are being pressed together by that shirt. These are just hanging and they're pressed together. I mean, these are big. There's no way they're D. There's no way it's CC Grimoire level. These are big. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Alright. Moving on. Who's up next? Isabel. Well, Isabel doesn't have too much to offer here, guys. Matt says, oh no. Yeah. This is from Isabel's new tier 3 art, but the undergarments version. So, I'm not sure how much Isabel has. Coffee's being generous with a C. Put her as illegal? Bro, isn't Isabel like 20 something? There's no way she's illegal. And not to mention, Isabel's... Look how beefy Isabel is, brother. She has like an 8-pack or something. C, A, or B? Oh, God. The chat is very conflicted on this one. I'm going to say B. Alright, guys, look. It's casting a shadow, so I don't want to say A. But I think C is too generous, guys. Are you going to put Isabel in the same tier as Elijah and her mom and shit like that? I mean, I don't see that. You're going to put Isabel in the same tier as what? Cammy and them? No, not C. I'm going to say B, guys. Yeah, B. A lot of people changed their mind to B, yeah. Let's put her in B. Alright? There's no way she's bigger than these girls. Alright, who's up next? J Queen, guys, another remastered art by Fat Ho. Bro, look at our new art, guys. Yeah, so J Queen, most people found her in Fabim on a few different adventures. Never in a quest, though. But she recently moved to Marlarks, so you'll see her again. I truly can't believe Vincent is winning. Vincent is winning with his B tier. I told you guys there's a lot of small boobs. I don't know why you guys thought everyone was big. C, D, double D, D. You guys keep in mind, Giant has no effect on this, so she's not board size. But, look how much shadow there is, bro. Alright? And I mean, this woman's pretty big. So, I'm gonna say... Alright, hear me out here. I'm going to say it might be double D just because I don't see J Queen compared to CC, Grimoire, and Diamethyst. I'm pretty sure that J Queen is bigger. I mean, the shirt shading on Diamethyst, you guys were debating between double D or D. Well, this is a lot more shading. That's a lot. Give her the honor, double D. Yeah, we'll give her double D. For some reason, we added her on late, so her icon's out of place, very low there. Alright. I think a lot of the chat can agree on double D, so we'll move on from this one. She's definitely bigger than CC? Yeah, definitely. Next up is Jamie. Guys, here's the first Oinga Zoinga Bazoingas, guys. Here's the first big old mommy milk. Actually, she's young. She's only like, isn't she like 19? She's kind of young. But, holy shit, bro. That's some big boobies. I apologize for this, but I have to pull up a meme real quick, everyone. I know a lot of you guys already know about this, but for anybody that doesn't know about this, when she popped up in Lily's backstory as like the young 17-year-old Jamie, when you couldn't see her boobs, and she's like she can't use Votaire, so she's considered disabled. So there's disabled, and then older Jamie, enabled. Oh yes, genius memes, guys. Anyways, going back to her full art now. Now let's see what the chat says. quadruple D, triple D, quadruple D, triple D. Damn. Yeah, she's definitely bigger than the double D tier. That's a lot. I don't see... Okay, I don't see that her putting it up. I think she's putting it up, right? It looks like she's lifting it with her arms. So, like, I don't think they're naturally hanging that much. I think she's pushing them up. Maybe, right? It looks like she's pushing it up. I think if they'd sag a lot more if she wasn't pushing them up. If they were sagging, they would look kind of similar to Dorina's, but they'd be pressing together completely if they were sagging. 4D. Guys, most of the chat is saying quadruple D, I'm pretty sure. That's what it looks like. So let's go ahead. Maz, who's been going low the whole time and with C's and B's, is saying quadruple D. Now that's a sign. We're going to have to put her in quadruple D, guys. I don't think there's any 5D. I could be wrong. Alright. A lot of triple D too. We'll decide on it later. We don't have anybody in triple D yet, so we could have changed our mind. Now, sorry, there's no transparent art of Julia, so there's a background, but here's Julia. This is Ballas' wife, who lives in Bali and Fabim. Somebody was saying 5D Yu-Gi-Oh! Jesus. D, that's a bad pick. Yeah, this is really old, guys. You can't even really tell, honestly. I can't see shadow. It's kind of hard to guess. I mean, you can see it jutting over her left arm a little bit. So, B? Maybe B. Because of how much is jutting out, I want to say C almost, guys. Like, she has, like, I think they're sagging as much as Lily's mom. I'm going to say, like, I'm going to say C. Maybe. Or no, Lily's mom is in B. Alright, we'll put it in B. We'll put it in B. I wanted to put all the vest. A lot of people are saying C now. Yeah, it looks bigger than B to me, guys. I'm not going to lie. Should we put her in C? Popping? Yeah, it's popping. We're going to put it in C. That seems fair with me. A lot of people changed their mind to C as well. Alright. I want to include everyone, so even though she's old as hell. Alright, guys, for Kanae, you might think, why the hell this art and not her character arm art? Well, in her tier 2 art, you're not going to see shit about her boobs. Her arm's covering it. In her tier 1 art, it wasn't cropped at all, and it was kind of hard to tell, and that's old. So we went with this one. You can kind of see a shadow here a little bit. The fact this music comes on when Kanae's on screen is funny to me for whatever reason. Matt says, haha. B. Oh man, it's small. B. You guys are being generous with the B. I kind of want to say A, but maybe B. I can see B. But guys, look who's in B. Elijah, Bereka, Gamis, Isabel. I'm pretty sure this is smaller than those characters. Guys, there's no brawl here. Look it. There's no brawl. They're sagging and they're that small. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a B, right? Maybe an A? I want to say A a little bit. Oh god, it's an A? Yeah, A. Okay. Everybody just changed their mind to A, yeah. Okay, now you might be thinking, what the fuck is that picture at? Where has that art of Kanae ever shown up? Don't worry about it. You'll find out at some point what that art is from. It's art that's gonna come up. Bigger than Icole. Much bigger than Icole. Guys, should we move Icole down to flat? Because Discipula, Effluate, Kanae, you can see them jutting out a little bit. I'm pretty sure Icole's, I think she's flat. Guys, hear me out here.
That wasn't boobs jutting out. I think her nipples were just pressing against the shirt, guys. I don't think those were boobs.
Give her flat. Flat? Yeah, give Icole the dishonor of flat. Okay, she's back to flat. That's what I thought. Oh, if you're wondering where that Icole art is from, it's from the same art as the Kanae art, guys. I'm sorry, I can't actually pull it up. I'm not going to post it tonight. It actually has nudity in it, so I'm not pulling it up on this, but it is, it's great art. It's of the Boom de Spa date, where shirtless Vita and Icole were playing, and Kanae was practicing her underwater breathing, and Yuffie was being edgy. Tree was T-posing and floating. Yeah, it was that. Alright. Next we have, I don't know how to even pronounce this character's name. Keese? I think it's Keese. It's spelled weird as hell. It's like K-E-S-E. IHS. One of the weirdest art names. Keith, she's from Parman. She fights for the resistance against the war that's going on right now. And she hired the Boundless to help her out. And later on, she hired the Boundless again to help her out. Oh, no, sorry. The Boundless fought her group when they were hired by John Salesman. And then later on, the Boundless were hired by her after she realized their power. And they helped her beat the Knight. You guys remember the fucking cool-ass desert quest with the Knight? Yeah. Had a little bit of a sad ending. And then McCarter ruined it. That's why he died. I'm kidding. A or B? Guys, this one's really hard to tell. But I don't think they're that big. I'm going to say B, right? B. Yeah, I mean, there's something there that's tugging on the middle of the vest, so B. Yeah, B for business. Fair enough. We're going to do B. That's a cool... Guys, look at her icon. That was really fucking cool, not going to lie. She kind of looks like a Middle Eastern chic. Alright. Next up, guys, another guild member. We have Coat. Now, this is Kelly's art because Coat doesn't have guild member art yet. Yeah. Anyways. She looks like a warrior you can choose on Street Fighter. She actually does. So for Ko, we're saying... Now, okay, let's be honest here, guys. If Ko loses his body again, which you guys are going against Lily in the next session, so he might. I don't know. Or the Red Cultist battle. I don't know if this battle is going to last longer, but we're just going to say it's safe to say this is Patrina Kelfish, the body. Ko is probably going to have a different body soon, unfortunately, which sucks for him because he's been spending so much money on this, but... Patrina Kelfish is thick as fuck, guys. Look at those boobs. Now, chat is saying a lot of D or double D. Let's compare it to D. So, do you guys think that this is about as much as CC Diamethys Grimoire, or do you think this is like Fire and Dorina level? Actually, after saying that out loud, I'm gonna go double D. This looks closer to like Dorina and Fire than to CC and everything, right? Yeah. That's a lot of shadow. Yeah. And you can see the hentai of Patrina Kelfish in the Patreon. And those are some big boobies. Double D? Alright. What about double D? That seems pretty fair. Next, what do we got here? Oh, look at a desk, guys. I wonder who that is. I gotta slide it over. Oh, there she is, Lauren. So, we decided to include Lauren in the tier list, but what a businesswoman! She brought the whole desk with her, bro! She's about to offer you guys some fucking apply and Votaire potions. Desk is 5D. B for business or C for classy. The desk deserves 5D. 5D? The desk is 5D. Oh god, guys. Okay, no, let's be real here. Let's actually give her a real rating. Her real boobs, okay? Her actual boobs, there's something there, right? I mean, look at the shadow. There's something. I think her real boobs are bigger than B, right? Cuz like there's more there than Elijah and Isabel and Ella, right? So wouldn't that be C? The chat really wants the 5D, guys. Jesus. 5D. They're sagging, but I want her on 5D. Okay, you know what? We'll put her on 5D, guys. But what do you think she actually is, guys? Somebody just said no. Sure, C. That seems more reasonable. Where is Lauren? Did we forget to crop Lauren? Where is she? Guys, she's missing. Uh-oh. Am I blind? No, I'm not blind. She's not here, guys. What the fuck happened to Lauren? Give me 2 seconds. I don't know what happened to her. She's gone. So, guys, I already spoiled this for Shadowhand, so don't spoil it, Shadowhands, but what major guild member is missing from the thumbnail? Oh, Kelly, you know too. Don't say it, Kel. Guys, there's a major guild member whose boobs is not in the thumbnail. Can you guess who it is? Alright, I gotta crop Lauren real quick to get her icon. Oh man. Alright, you know, we're gonna use her old ass art for the picture instead of her new art, just because I think it fits like that. Okay, now. Oh. Edit template. Okay, let's go ahead and add in Lauren. Submit. Okay, sorry, I didn't want you guys to see the editing part. You guys got a chance to guess. Nilson? I don't see Nilson. Alright. You guys got it. It's Nilson. Crop her and then the desk. No, that's too much work. We're ignoring that. But look it. Here's Lauren and her old original, like, first couple weeks of R&R art. And you guys said C for Lauren. So there you go. Alright, Lauren, get your big-ass desk out of here, bro. We are trying to do a tier list. Get your business out of here. No, there's no space for loitering. Let's move them back to the side now. Next, we got Lily, the nicest R&R character. Bro, give them a bonus for getting it right. I feel like somebody told them. You didn't tell me, did you? Oh, you did. Yes, I did. Double D, death. Okay, guys, now, hear me out here. There's this art of Lily, which is like her, like, R&R official art, but not her official art. And then, not her RTK official is what I meant. So, we haven't rated Vita yet, but I want you guys to keep in mind when we rate Vita. Can we get that art of Vita? Ah, yes. So what do you think of this, guys? Vita, I always assume Vita's boobs look close in size to Cece's in my mind, but I thought Vita's bigger than Cece now. I don't know, maybe. They look close, though. But Lily and Vita... Okay, Lily's pulling her boobs up to press against Vita's, and Vita's are being pressed up against. So I'm pretty sure Lily's are bigger than Vita's are going to be. So I'm going to say double D sounds pretty safe to me. Death? Double death? Definitely death. Well, that's a lot of double D's, guys. I think the chat is going to agree that this is a double D situation. Alright, fair enough. I've also learned something while doing this. The most popular letter for a female is actually, L. Could you believe it, guys? It's L. Leoton, Lily, and we're about to get to all the L's, alright? I see Vita as mine since I drew her, but I intended to have her flat-chested as well. Yeah. Well, yeah, Lily's boobs are pretty big, guys. I'm gonna say going with double D seems safe. I mean, look how much is coming out there. I don't think that's D. I think that's bigger than the CC. Probably. Now let's move. Hold up. What's up next? Where are you? Larulo from the Specs Ball tournament. She lives in Gurgatak still. That's a bodysuit. There's pressed against her skin. Yeah, it's true. Where the hell is Tree on this list? Bruh. Listen, if we're putting Tree on this list, we might as well put Blue on this list, but we're not putting male characters on here. Double D. Yeah, there's a lot of boob there, guys. I don't know. But honestly, if I'm being real here, I mean, how much is there really here? I don't know. Looking how much juts out in the shirt. I mean, I can kind of see double D, actually. I can see double D. I can see that. It looks bigger than CC and Grimoires because there's a lot pressing together. D. There's hardly any gap in between them. Yeah, there's a lot pressing there, guys. Like, look how high it goes on her, guys. Look how fucking high on her body it's being pressed up to. I think there's a lot of boob. Double D? Yeah, let's go with double D. I like that answer. Alright. Still in the L's now. We're moving on to... Oh shit, guys. Liasu. I wasn't sure what art to use, but I went with this one. It seemed fitting. She's holding the boobs up. I have another art to offer in a second of Liasu, though. So, guess Liasu's. Now, guys, let's be honest here. I know when you say Liasu is a very sexual character, but I don't think her boobs are as big as a lot of characters on this list. They look shorter than... They're smaller than Cece's, I would say, right? Like, if you... Okay, look at Grimoire and Diamethyst and Cece. I don't think they're as big as theirs. And Liasu is perking them up. And they just... When being held up with her arm, they still don't look like there's as much there as Cece's, in my opinion. So, I'm going to say C is a safe bet for me. But let me pull up an alternate art as well. I have to find this one. It wasn't in the folder. I don't download all these arts and put them in a folder so I can get this as organized as possible. So, if we look at this one, guys, based on the fact that they're spreading out like that, that's usually what our C's have been. Like, all C's have been spread out. So, do you want to say C for this? This armor is kind of outdated for Liasu. Kind of. Actually, I think she still wears it, but she got a new onesie. She has the Colin onesie now, the orange one. Yeah, C. Yeah, let's go with C. C's not small, by the way. I mean, if that's not obvious, C is not small. Also, I think Liasu has more art than most... Well, by me, more art than most characters. But I think, believe it or not, do you guys know that CC has some of the most art? How weird. You don't usually think of CC. Yes, C is good. C is safe bet. A lot of people say C, so we're just going to go with C. Alright. Who do we got up next, guys? Oh shit, I went out of the boobs list here. Alright, here's a really big one, guys. Here's Lillian. Now, there is a lot of boob there. Those things are bigger than her head. I mean... They're jutting out of that vest, bro. They're coming towards the screen. Like, you know when you get vibe checked? Her boobs are vibe checking you right now. They're literally reaching into your screen. If you wore 3D glasses, they would be jutting out towards you out of that screen, bro. That's what I'm telling you. But, yeah, comparing Lillian's to the Double D group, I'm going to say there's more. There's definitely more. Nova says, definitely an A. Oh, yes, clearly. Others are saying Triple D. Triple D seems like a very safe bet, because it looks bigger than the Double D gang. Hardcore flag. What? Okay. So you, just to be clear though, guys, alright? If we're comparing this to Jamie, okay, look at, in comparison to her head, how much there is, and the fact that Jamie is holding them up with her arms instead of letting them sag, I kind of feel like Jamie is the same tier as Lillian. Now, Kelly's been disagreeing with me on this, and I mean, maybe she's right, but to me, it doesn't look like Jamie has more. I think if Jamie was wearing the same outfit as Lillian, they would be jetting out maybe less than Lillian would be. Right? Are you guys following what I'm saying right now? But it is being held up by the corset, so probably C or regular D. D? I don't see D. I feel like there's a lot there. I feel like compared to Firen, where those boobs are quite a lot smaller than her fucking head, I feel like Triple D is more safe. Jamie is jutting out a lot. Kind of. But in comparison to Lillian, it's about the same. It's going just over the arms. Lillian isn't long. That's true, it's not long. Not Desk and Jamie, but Triple D for sure. Triple D for sure, okay. Wait, Jamie? Not Desk and Jamie? Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, bros. Next, we're still in the L. Here's Lan. She's laying all over this thing, but she's not giving a fuck. Lan's dead. That's okay. A. That's very safe to say A. There's no way that's a B, guys. Right? Am I wrong here? That doesn't look like a B. Desk is god level, you fool. Jesus. A. Yeah, let's just go with A. I don't feel like this one needs much debate. I feel like A is safe. It's jutting out about as much as Kanae's were. B? Challenge, do you believe what you're saying? Or are you just goofing on us? I don't feel like that's true. Guys, the hottest chick in all of Realms and Ratrapians, Leoton? Yeah. What do you think about this? I'm not really sure. Leoton's kind of hard to guess. I mean, I don't want to say A. I don't think she's A. I think there is something there. But guys, they're very saggy. And they're clearly not in a bra. I say B might be safe. She looks like she has about the same amount of boobs as Lily's mom. Like, the same amount of sag. They're a lot more than A, B, C, or D. It could be C. If you believe it's, like, closer to, like, Cammy, Claire, but it looks smaller than that to me. B? Okay, a lot more people are saying B. I'm gonna say B. Bro, Novus is putting a lot of B in there. Yeah, I see a lot of B, though. I agree with B, actually, so my vote counts, too. I'm gonna say B. Are we finally out of L? Yeah, we are, guys. Madison Hill from the Flunair adventure. That was an exciting-ass adventure. I love Flunair. What do you guys think of Madison? I mean, guys, she looks really flat. I think she's, like, either flat or A. But, dude, there's nothing jetting out there at all. I think... hear me out. I think she might be flat. Maybe. It's hard to tell because the ripped up jacket's covering the other side of her boob, but looking at it like over the arm, it looks flat to me. I don't know about this one. No debate. Flat. Hold up, guys. The music's paused. I'm saying flat A. I debate Kelly and many other people. Okay, but why do you guys say it's flat versus A? Oh, people who are saying A, I am seeing flat. So what do you say? What's your argument for A? Okay, Kelly changes her answer to flat. Yeah, that seems fair. Let's do flat. That seems fair. There's about the only thing jutting out there is about the same amount as Iko. I say that's flat. Who's the next booby girl? Okay, Marcy. Elijah's mom. She's been on a lot of sessions. She first appeared on Tournament Sabotage, I believe. And then she appeared for Dance Decimation, one of the most popular R&R sessions. I mean, Marcy is a scary-ass woman, but bro, she actually has some boobs. She might have a lot of fucking scars and a scary-ass face. She has the same quarter skull that Water has, but bro, I think she has some boobs. What's the chat saying here? Double D, triple D, D, double D. Them puppies are bazoinga. Well, honestly, I feel like it looks about as much as Cece's. Like, it looks almost the same as Cece's size, in my opinion. I mean, maybe they're double D, but... I keep going back to Cece as an example. Cece is so hard to guess, but Cece's muscular. She's not... Her boobs aren't fat. Her boobs are mass. They're muscular. You know what I'm saying? But... Bro, look at that. And then go back to Marcy. Alright? That looks about the same, doesn't it? Kind of. I mean, there's even a gap in between them. She's come out more than Cece. Well, they might be coming out more, but Cece has more mass to her boobs than hers does. And if we're comparing it to Grimoires, they look pretty similar, right? I mean, maybe I'm wrong here, but there's even a small gap in between. I'm pretty sure they're going to be double, or just Ds. I don't think they're double Ds. Because the mass is muscle. Yeah, D is safe bet. It is the safe bet. I'd say D. And Nova's also is D along with Shadow Hands. So I'm going to say D is safe. The gap is because she's old. Well, those are some old boobies, so she got a D. You hear me out here, guys? The little scar on her boob, her balloon's deflated. This one also does not. This is really old art. She needs to be remastered at some point. We'll remaster her someday if... Okay, guys. Fun fact about the... okay, guys. The hentai ballot will be decided by the end of the stream, by the way. But Mayor Gum has Been halfway through every hentai ballot, but hasn't won one since the beginning. She's never won a hentai ballot, but she's gotten a lot of votes on every single one. Who knows, someday she'll win and get remastered art, but for now, it's this old-ass art. A or B, C? I think C. I agree with C. They're spread like a C would be. They're not as small as a B to me. The left boob makes a C. Yeah, guys, look at the left boob going over that book. I think that's a lot of jutting out. I'm going to say C seems a lot more reasonable than B. Comparing Mayor Gum to, like, Elijah, Ella, and Isabel, they're bigger. C. Yeah, let's go with C. Alright, who's up next? Oops! Ignore that. I didn't actually mean to click that. It was an accident. We already did her. Remaster art again. Wow, there's a lot of art being presented tonight by Fat Ho. Mary from Fencer's Vendetta, guys. Look at her remastered ass art. Now, Mary used to be called Boobs McGee by the guild members. Like, in-game, not even out of game. So, Boobs McGee, guys. She has some pretty big boobies there. I mean, look at how much shadow there is there. And look how much they're pressing against each other there. Now, she has a long face, but they're, like, bigger than her head is. Chat is saying triple D, double D, double D, triple D, double D. Okay, so it's definitely not D. I agree with that much. Triple D? Actually, they look really similar to Lillian's, guys. Hear me out here. Not Lillian? I don't know. Are they as big as Lillian's? I don't feel like they're as big as Lillian's, actually, guys. I think I'm agreeing with Maz here. I feel like they're closer in size to, like, Fire and Darina, Ko, J Queen. I feel like saying they're bigger than Lillian's is a little bit too much. Pull up Lillian. Yeah, I'll pull up Lillian. Look at how fucking wide those boobs are in Lillian's, guys. I don't think there's as much there. I mean, Mary's is barely going over her arm at all. And I mean, okay, guys, you see that little line at the top of Lillian's boobs? That's where the puffy part of the shirt starts. That's not where the boobs start. Those boobs are being pressed all up in there, guys. There's a lot of boob there. I say, I really don't believe that Mary has as much as Lillian, but I could be wrong. Let's see what the chat says. Triple D, it's double D, double D. They're like the same to me because Mary is hiking a sword. Okay, but the left hand isn't holding a sword, and it's barely popping out on that side. They're big, but not triple D. That's what I'm saying. Looking at Lillian, I say she is a double D. Yeah. Looking at that comparison to Lillian, there's clearly not as much here as Lillian. That's what I'm going to say. Man, whoever voted for double D's might be winning, guys. There's a lot of double D's. Bruh, wild. You're the only one being wild here, bro. Well, Lillian's arms are in. That's true, I guess. But they still are jetting out more. Regardless. Okay, Naomi. Now, I don't know about Naomi too much. Now, the person who plays Naomi is not here anymore. Hear me out here. I might do something with the character. I might make them a very small-term NPC because the art is already done. And I feel like I could do something with the character to make the tier 1 get more interesting. I might play them for a very small amount of time. And then just get rid of them. I don't fucking know. We'll see. We'll see. But I don't want to get rid. Damn, I thought Naomi would be bigger. I don't know what to say about Naomi's boobs, guys. To me, they look like D. They don't look like double. Oh, maybe double D. Give her D-ish. Okay, well, the chat's good with D. I say D. About as much as Marcy, Grimoire, and CC, and Diamethyst? Yeah, that sounds right. I'm not seeing as much as Ko, Darina, J Queen, Mary. I'm not seeing that. I'm saying D. She was supposed to be bigger. I think we made them big originally, and then they said they wanted it to be this big. Yeah. I want to give her D. I mean, D is big, guys. Don't get me wrong here. Nobody's saying D is small boobs. Alright, we're pretty far through the list, guys. There's not too much left, but, Narita from the session that hasn't finished yet. The fucking Lily's Playhouse, which might be one of the scariest sessions to date right now. Narita is the practically brainwashed slave maid to Wester and Lily. And they dress her up for sure, guys. Next time I draw, it's gonna be triple D. Now we're not changing it. We're not changing it, bro. They might be pressed in. Maybe. Okay, now the read is hard to tell. Not gonna lie, guys. They're definitely pressing together completely, but that's because the outfit is pressing them together. To me, they actually look like D. Double D. Well, they're okay. Hear me out here. These boobs barely droop compared to like the double Ds. There's not too dramatic of a shadow. And I think the only reason they're being pressed together is because of the outfit. I don't think they're that big. I say triple D because they look like they're pushed in. You're saying if they're pushed out, they might be bigger? Guys, hear me out here. If that corset comes off, they're going to go down a little bit, but they're not wide. They're very skinny boobs. You know, you see what I'm saying here? They're not going to go out very much. Maybe double D, but triple D I think is a bit much. A lot of the chat's saying double D. You're right, dude. Definitely D. Yeah, I'm saying D. I say D, guys. I mean, they look close in size to, like... Guys, look at how big the boobs are. Naomi, Cece, Grimoire, and stuff. And then look at this girl. They don't look bigger than theirs. She might even look smaller than, like, Grimoire, Cece, Marcy, Naomi. I'm not sure what the chat's deciding here. I'm seeing a lot of double D still, though. Maybe double D? Is that what we're going with, guys? I don't really believe double D for this one. I kind of want to go with me and Novus's answer and go with D, because it looks like D to me. I still think double D. I feel like the mass is pushed in, so when it let go, it'll boom. Maybe. I don't feel like there's that much mass being pushed in. I mean, hear me out here, guys. Look at the lighting on the top of the boobs here. And also, look how high the boobs are going. They're already sagging a little bit while being pushed into the corset. They're still sagging a little bit. So, when they drop, they're not going to drop very far. And regardless, they don't look bigger than the other characters who are in D tier. That's what I say. It looks bigger than Cece. Maybe. But guys, it's not about big. It's about how much mass there is. If you were going to put these into a brawl, it's not going to fill a double D brawl. I mean, come on. There's no boob overhang on the top. Yeah, facts. No boob overhang. Now, guys, look at this. Look at this. The boobs are being pressed together same way CC's are being pressed together, okay? And CC's are overhanging. These are just sagging a little bit. There's not very much here. They're not even being pushed up almost at all. If they're being pushed in on the front, would they also be pushed in on the sides? They could be a little bit, but I mean, if there's not that... guys, if it was being pushed in a lot on the sides, you would see the boob overhanging on the bottom of the corset more. They're rounding in. Dude, look, it's so big, it's being pushed down. Pushed down. But they're high in the boobs. How are they being pushed down like that? Right? Right? Okay, if they're being pushed down, that almost feels like it solidifies my point. If they're being pushed down, guys, look how much little is being pushed down. There's barely anything being pushed down there. It's over the corset. It's slightly over the corset. About the amount that Cece's goes over her chest. Now, you guys are trying to say, okay, let's just go back to the options you guys put in double D's, all right? We put Mary in double D. Are you telling me that she's the same tier as this woman, bro? There is not as much boob there as this woman's. Look how much shadow there is. Look how much it's pushing against the corset, which is smaller on hers anyway. And look how much they're being pressed together. Look how much the boobs round at the end. The other woman's doesn't round at the top of the boobs. The fact that it's a thin line when they're being pushed together kind of shows to me that they're not very round. They're just saggy. And there's not too much there. Exactly, Rat. Well, Novus completely agrees with me, and Shadowhand's changed his mind to agree with me. And I'm gonna say, it seems right in D. I'm saying, comparing hers to Lily, Mary, Dorina, that just seems ridiculous to me. That seems way too small. Okay, but before I finish her, I want to say one last thing, guys. Even if she were to drop her boobs, okay? I still think her boobs dropped would only be slightly bigger than Cece's. Like, when they're being pushed up, they look like a C. When they're being dropped, they might be a D. But if they look like they're almost a C when they're being held together, when they drop, they're not going to be double Ds. They're not going to be Firen Dorina big. I mean, Dorina covers her whole rib cage. Firen's are super round. Lily's are really long. Mary's are really, like, perky. They're not going to be that big. Alright, next we have Neo. Now, I'm just going to say there's probably no debate here, guys. It's probably flat. Seriously, no shadow. I mean, this woman's rib cage is all that's jutting out here, guys. There's nothing. She has even less boobs than that Madison girl, because at least Madison's, it went out and back in. There's like nothing. Neo is flat as hell, bro. Yeah, you guys are, Yeah. What else do we got here? Nyla? Nyla was hard to tell. When I was looking at her art, I don't really know. I kind of want to say B, but at first I was thinking she's a little bit of a flatty, so maybe an A, but no, look at her right arm. There's enough there that it's not flat. So it's at least A. That's definitely not flat. But there's not really a shadow being cast, and they're not that big, so I don't know if I want to call it B. But also, the lighting on this picture shows that she's getting illuminated on almost all sides. So if the shadow is coming from the top, there might be enough of a shadow to call it a B? I don't know. B. It's drawn small, but the shadow makes it B. A seems safe. What would you say, Novus, as the creator of definitely 5D? Alright, you're right. Let's put it up to 5D. Here we go, guys. 5D, everyone. Okay, no. Let's... Are we putting her in A? I kind of feel like A might be safe because the people in B seem kind of big? I don't know. I mean, maybe B. A is best bet. Yeah, I kind of feel like A. B. Just because it suits that body. Okay, but looking at her art, even if, like, I'm going to zoom in real quick. Even if it did cast a shadow, even if the light was coming from the top, I don't think I would cast almost any shadow. It's not very big. She isn't desk level shadow. Come on. Alright, yeah. Prob's A, but I meant to be B. Prob's A. I'm going to say A. That seems fair. I mean, guys, it's jutting out the same amount that Lons were. So, like, Lons jutted out a little bit, but they're not jutting out much. They look the same to Isabel to me. Maybe. But Isabel's are massy. You know what I'm saying here? Isabel's are like, they have some mass to them. These just look like little saggers, little tiny saggers. No, Isabel is bigger. Yeah, I think Isabel's bigger. Isabel's are round. And these are not round. It was just drawn in like a front angle. But, not to mention, Isabel was being held up by a bra and they still look kind of round. So I'll say Isabel's B. Alright guys, this next one is really big. Look at how big these breasts are, alright? Now that face ain't doing her any justice, but look at her breasts. Now, I'm going to say it's hear me out, and I think it's safe to say they're bigger than Lillian. So I'm saying, I think it might be Jamie size, or it could even be 5Ds. Now that might be crazy, but keep in mind, this woman's Cerebrum. Cerebrum have really big faces, guys. Really wide faces. Like, just a comparison to some other... She's the only female Cerebrum who's ever been drawn in R&R history. So, let's compare it to some other Cerebrum, right? Let's look at, our boy, the Vunus Black. Oh, I don't have his art saved. Well, I don't have time to save it right now. Let's look at characters dead. Why am I missing all my Cerebrum from my fucking files, guys? Alright, whatever, guys. I can't pull it. But anyways, Cerebrum have wide-ass heads, so don't compare her boobs to her head. Compare her boobs to her body. Now, that's covering the ribcage, and it's going high as hell, alright? And those things are round as fuck. They're being held up, and they're still wide. You know what I'm saying here? Let's see what the chat's been saying. Triple D, that's just like Lillian. What? That's not just like Lillian, bro. Lillian's were perky that much when they were being held up. These things are just sitting in a shirt and they're perking up more. 5D for the face. Bigger. Look at that torso. Yeah. 5D rat. She is desk level. 5D, no. I'd say 4D. And they look like they're pushed in by her shirt a bit. Yeah, they are pushed in a little bit by her shirt because they're being held up. 3 or 4D. 4D is what most of the chat is saying, guys. Now, hear me out now. I'm saying it's really easy to tell it's bigger than Lillian's to me. But, let's compare it to Jamie's, okay? I don't actually believe that... I think that they're bigger than Jamie's. Guys, did you see how much shrinkage there was between Pamela's art to Jamie's? Jamie's are a bit smaller. Jamie's are being held up by her arms, and they're not jutting out as much as Pamela's just sitting in a shirt. Jamie is longer, her is wider. Well, yeah, but they're being pressed back. If they were sagging, they would be wide as hell. Now, 4D, man. 4D is safe, but there's no way it's like Lillian's. Lillian's is clearly smaller than this woman's. 5D. Chat, are we going to have a 5D? Because if anyone's going to be 5D, I'm pretty sure it's this woman. I don't know. I'm not trying to tempt you to just fill in the 5D tier, but do you believe that this will... Okay, guys, look at James. Everyone, look at her breasts right now. Look at your screen. I'm about to change it, and I want you to see how different in size these are. You see how different in size these are, guys? Now, I want you to look at the clothing fold between the boobs. These things are pressing hard on that shirt. They are being tugged on both sides. There's 2 tugs on the shirt. They're completely popping out. They're wide as hell, and they're long, and they're being pressed in. And they go high on her body and cover her whole rib cage. Because, judging by where her biceps end, the whole fucking rib cage is covered. And we can't say that about Lillian. 5D, 4D. Maz, what do you say? Yeah, Maz, what do you say? Those are 5D. She not desk level. You believe she's 4D? My vote is 5D, guys. I don't believe they're bigger than Jamie's. Alright, I do believe, I mean rather. 5F. No way this isn't 5D. No, I have to agree with that. And majority rules 5D, guys. I mean, I have to say they're clearly bigger than Jamie's. Like, the lighting makes it so that, like, there's less shine on the bottom of the boobs. But even with that, there's still a lot. Like, if she was holding these up with her arm, they'd be perking out hella farther than Jamie's would. 3 votes for 5D. Yeah, we're going 5D, guys. Alright, we're approaching the end here, guys. There's a lot of P's. Paula, this is the mom from what a lot of people consider to be the best Tale of R&R, the Baron Bros session that was called Fortification Against Rageful Racism. This was the mother of the child that the Baron Bros saved at the beginning, the Red Cultists were targeting. We didn't see her later, but she does still live in Fabim Town, actually, while her son is visiting her father in the desert town in Fabim. Now, they look pretty big. I usually just give a description on these characters for anybody who hasn't played R&R, and I also want to give you guys a second to choose something. Z level? What? Z? What the fuck you mean, bro? These aren't that big. Oh, that was for Panley, I see. C or D? C? You guys think these are C? I think they might be D, right? Maybe? Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Well, guys, they look about the same as Naomi's to me. Like, they're being pressed on against as much as Naomi's are. And there's a lot of mass there. I mean, guys, look at the exact same shading on this. And then compare it to Diamethyst. It looks the same, doesn't it? I feel like it looks the same to me. D. A lot of D I'm seeing. I can see D for circular. D. Yeah, we're getting a lot of D. Paulo, let's pull you up. Wait, did I skip Nielsen? Is her art saved? Guys, I'm not sure if Nielsen's art is saved. Why has Nielsen, like, not been pulled up yet? Oh, shit, her art isn't saved. Oops. Hold on. How do we skip her? She's one of the main guys. Well, you guys can see her there. There you go. Alright, anyways, let's go ahead and pull her up over the tier list now. Now, Nielsen has some pretty big breasts. This is when she's in her Dance Decimation outfit. She never wears that much lipstick, and she never wears this usually, but this is her casual wear. And, well, those are some pretty big boobs. Being held up by the dress. First off, I want you to observe the shading on the bottom there. They're pretty rounded. There's a lot of mass there, guys. So, I'm going to say, at least for me, I think D is off the table. These have to be at least double D, right? Maybe? I mean, I could be wrong. Chan says, yep, I'm sold D. Oh, that's for the last one, then, my bad. Safe double D, D, double D, double D. A lot of shading. Yeah, these things are being pressed together, and we know Nielsen's a bit muscular, so there's a lot of mass in there. Like I said, it's not always about size, there's always mass, too, and there's a lot of fucking mass. Double D, yeah, a lot of double Ds. We're gonna go with that. Root beer. Excuse me? Oh, I did skip Nielsen. Yep, we skipped her a long time ago. Okay. Now, this woman, she might not have the prettiest face, but guys, let's be honest here. Those are some really big breasts. Now, there's no muscle. This is obviously completely fat. But those are pretty fucking wide, bro. Look how much there is there. Look how much it goes over on the arms on both sides. The fact that, okay, guys, they're pressed together at the top, and they're together through that whole ass shirt, guys. No bra in there either. Those things are sagging like hell, and they're big. Double D, almost mommy milkers. Look at the gap. There's like almost no gap the whole way through, bro. Those are really, really wide and long. Double D, maybe even triple D. Triple D. Double D, not Lillian. Double D. Do you guys think? Okay, well, let's. Okay, so Lillians have more mass, but these things are fatter than Lillians. I mean, I think that just goes without saying, right? Like, these things are wide and really long. And they're being pressed against throughout that whole shirt, so I feel like they're pretty big. Now, the shading is not doing it justice, but I barely did any shading on this at all. But ignore the shading. Just look at the shape, okay? Look how wide it is on both sides. You could say triple D, but double D is safe. Yeah. Double D, maybe. I'm sold on triple D. Actually, no, yeah, triple D. Okay, I'm glad you guys agree, yeah. These are really fat. I feel like putting these in double D is like... They're... Okay, guys. They're bigger than Nielsen, J. Queen, Mary. I mean, they're pretty big. Compared to Lillian, they're the same. Yeah, if Lillian was fat and they weren't being held up, yeah. Who we got up next here? Paulita, another dead character. This was Laref's wife. Now... I'm going to give you guys some lore into Laref that, like, you would never figure out in the game. Not to mention, the Ratrapians don't know Laref anyway, so when you guys encounter him, it's not like you would be able to ask him. So, Loref actually did not mean to kill Polita. He ordered all of his units to kill any adventurers who were trying to escape. And it just so happened she was standing right next to a boss and butcher while they were ordered to kill anyone on sight. And instead of transferring his wife into a parasite like he wanted her to be, she was killed. Loref was not happy about that, which partially led to him being so upset and just killing all the Lacumisum guards upon sight. He did not want Polita to not be transferred into the parasitic beings like everyone else. But okay, now talking about the boobs, guys, those are really big boobs, okay? There is no separation at all. And look how fucking low they go, guys.
The boobs go below her biceps.
I want you to observe the fact that the biceps are already done by the time the end of the boobs are there. These things are massive, okay? Well, let's see what the chat is saying. We aren't looking for safe Maz. Let's look at the last one and then this again. You want to look at the last one and then compare to this? Okay. So let's look at the last one again. Guys, I think Polita's bigger than this woman, and this woman's triple D. Alright? Look at these boobs, and look at Polita's, bro. They go lower than this woman's do, and they're pressed against the whole fucking way through. There's no separation at all, bro. And they're sagging. They're sagging, bro. Yeah. Quadruple D? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of quadruple Ds, guys. Hers is death high tier 2. Oh yeah, her defense was high tier 2. Those butchers are scary, guys. Quadruple D, not double D. You think double D? Really? Like their level? I think Polita's clearly bigger than like Fire and Darina and everything. Sapphire Jinx says, "Damn, glad I made it." Oh, welcome. Me, I'm double D. Nice. What do you think of Polita here? I say compared to everybody in double D. Guys, can we disagree? Shan says, Novus, I hope you're joking. Novus, I hope you are joking. I mean, come on. Come on. Now, I can understand, like, a lot of people are saying quadruple D. I can understand saying triple D, but there's no way she's double D, bro. The double Ds are a lot smaller than these things. That is 4D. I think 4D. I actually am saying 4D. I think she's a double D, personally. Based on the people we've put in double D, I think she's bigger than every person we've put in double D. And actually, I mean, listen, alright? My hoe is double D. These things are not double D, alright? These things are big. These things are real big. Nah, fam, there's no gap. There's no gapping, guys. Now, if they're being held up by a bra, that would add this because they're sagging, and look at how big they are, bro. Now, the lighting's not doing it justice, but there's almost no shading on this art at all. There's very little shading. If there was shading, there'd be a big shadow there, right? Triple D. So, I'd say this is a pretty good bet between... just everybody, repost your answer in the book. I want to get a finalized answer. Are you guys saying this is closer to triple D or quadruple D? Compare it to Jamie. To me, these things look almost the same size as Jamie, right? Like, if Polita was pushing her arms up like Jamie was, they would be that high. They'd be as perky. Polita and Lily are the same race. Yeah, they are. They're both Sevilius. That's why their waist is so small. If you don't know, Sevilius actually are always born with thin waist. That's partially why a lot of slaves sell them at such high prices, because they have very thin waists, which make them sexually desirable. Okay, let's see what everybody says here. It would be triple D if you are trying to be safe, like Maz said. But we aren't looking for safe. Those are quadruple D. Okay, I guess she is triple D then. Quadruple D, double D, quadruple D. Gotta be triple D. I think it's mostly triple D, guys. But if I'm placing my vote, I'm saying quadruple D just because when we compared it to Lillian and Pias, I think these look a bit bigger. Like, okay, let's pull up Jamie, right? Jamie, everyone agreed was quadruple D, bigger than Lillian. Are you telling me that this is... You're telling me that this is bigger than Polita's? I mean, they look the same size to me. Okay, Polita has a coat on, But guys, these things are going down about to her bicep, just like Pia says, right? Or sorry, not Pia, wrong character. Polita. And they're being held up. She's holding them up. If they were sagging, they wouldn't be as perky. They would be just as wide and fat as Polita would be. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just that there's no shading on them. That's what makes them look like that. Alright? I'm seeing a lot of quadruple D now. Negative triple D? Bro. It's not as wide as Jamie, but it sure damn is long. Yeah, very long. I'm going to agree with the majority of the chat saying quadruple D. We're going to go there. Okay. And then what else do we have here? Okay, guys, here's another big one. Priscilla. Now, I have never seen the chat as horny as when we did the fucking Deadly Prostitution quest for the Misfits and Priscilla showed up, bro. Now, that wasn't in the recording, I'm sorry to say. That was just, like, everybody's opinions out of character. But even the characters have never been as horny, bro. Scoot was depressed after fighting her before getting sex from Priscilla, okay? I think that Priscilla is a pretty nice looking woman. And, okay, guys, I want you to observe something here. I'm going to mess up the crop, but these boobs are actually being pressed in a lot by that shirt. Do you see how they bulge out and then get pressed in by the shirt? These are big. Alright, you guys were trying to say that, like, fucking that Lily's maid was that big? Now, this lady, these are being pressed in, okay? Sorry to crop her back. I want these to fit to screen. They're all different sizes. Now, let's see what the chat is saying. That is, look at the table, though. Bruh. 5D. I think she's 4D. Oh shit, guys. Our music ran out. We've been here for... Oh, wow. We've been doing this for a while, guys. I didn't realize how long... Well, that's okay. We're almost done. I've been having so much fun. I actually thought it's only been an hour. I didn't realize we're doing this for 2 hours. Well, it hasn't been 2 hours. It's almost been 2 hours. I'll put on another soundtrack so that it's not quiet in the background, because that'd be awkward as hell. Alright, now we'll put on Kirby Superstar, and the volume might be a little loud. I'll turn it down slightly. Alright, sorry about that. Here's back to Priscilla. And what's the chat saying? It's going to sag past her elbow. That's pretty low, guys. These are being pressed in. These are being held up. They're being compressed heavily. And they're almost past her bicep. They're pretty fucking big. So Scoot like Sevilidius Bazoinkers? That's correct, bro. Clearly Scoot is more of a boobs man, I think. I mean, he's definitely an ass man to a degree. But I think Scoot's a big boobs guy. I think he's been shown up. I think both Tree and Scoot have always been like, oh yes, boobies. They're just those kind of guys, right? Novus, I'm convinced you haven't seen a boob in your entire life. Isn't Novus a female? Oh shit, was that a low-key roast? Just kidding, sorry. Them some tables there. Oh, you think these are 5Ds? I don't think they're 5Ds. I think there might be like Lillian or PS, maybe Jamie or Polita. I don't think they're double Ds. These are bigger than double Ds for sure, right? I mean, these are really big boobs. Bro, her nipples are pressing against the shirt, bro. Am I allowed to say that on YouTube? I'm allowed to say that, right? Yeah. But, if I can put my coffee cup on them, they are desk level. Okay, yeah, that's pretty true. Yes, Novus is a female. They be 5D. Wait, do you believe they're bigger than, like, Polita and Jamie? Actually, you know what? After saying that out loud, yeah, I do believe that. They look bigger. I think she's a 4D, maybe a 3D. My guy, we can give that hoe the highest order 5D. Look at them. They're being pressed in against a lot. Guys, if these things had that shirt taken off, they would go below her forearm. They would be below her elbows. I think these are pretty big. And they're pretty massy. So, oh, and guys, observe her stomach a little bit. Now, she's kind of chubby, but, like, she's clearly a little muscular. A little bit. A little bit. Like, she has some muscles on her thing. Not muscular, but she has some muscle. But... And she's a Sevilidius, bro. That waist should be in farther for a Sevilidius, but nah, bro. These are wide as hell. She's not short either, if you're wondering. This is not a short woman. She's kind of a larger woman. The chat's just saying, look at them. Okay, so it's safe to say these aren't triple D. But are we going to really give her 5D? Do you guys think that she's as big as Pamela? I kind of don't believe that. I feel like Pamela's are fucking huge. 5D? 5D is accurate as hell? Oh, okay. Now the chat is disagreeing with me here. What about the others who are saying that they aren't 5D, guys? Do you guys agree with Kelly and Maz? No, I don't think they're that big. I don't think they're as big. Like, let's just go back to Pamela real quick. Oh, there's so many characters. Where is she? I lost Pamela, guys. Where'd she go? Oh, here she is. Now, those are big. Those are really fucking big, right? Pamela's a giant, so her arm is going lower. But just looking at how fucking huge they are and how wide they are, I think Pamela's are probably bigger. There's a hell of a lot of shell, a lot of tug, very much tug. Now, sure, there isn't as much tug on. Oh god, we're almost at the bottom here. I'm not realizing. Priscilla. Oh wait, there's a lot of tug. There's a hell of a lot of tug on Priscilla. Oh, I lied. There's a lot of tug. A lot of tug. Nipples being pressed in. Fat is popping out in the gapes between the belt and the shirt. So there's a hell of a lot. Oh, and I want to point out, guys, if we're zooming into these breasts here, YouTube, don't be mad at me. There's a belt underneath the boobs holding them up, guys. If these things sagged, hell yeah, they'd go low. Novus is 5D, Shannon is 5D. Matt says there's a lot of tog. Alright, chat's mostly agreeing it's 5D. Well, let's even out the tiers. We're gonna give her a 5D. That seems fair to me. Oh, where'd she go? Oops. Can I reset that? Hold up. Okay, there we go. Sorry for screaming. That was an accident. Look at how much they are being held in. Those are 5D. Yeah. We'll agree that Priscilla's high. She deserves it. She is the most powerful prostitute there is, bro. Now going to... Fuck, why'd the transform mess up? Hold on, guys. It's supposed to fit to screen when they show up. Woohoo! That's not right! That was an accident! Alright, let's give those 5D. Just kidding. There we go. I hit the wrong button. Not stretch. I wanted to fit. Alright. So Ray Sheila, the storekeeper of Blue Faux Wares in Barftown. Yeah. You can... Guys, for anybody on the Patreon, if you would like to, you can actually see her naked. Go look at her hentai in Patreon realm or on the Patreon, and you can see her naked. But... I mean, they're perky, sure, but they're not big. They're pretty small. I'm going to say B. I don't think C. Because, guys, look at who you've put in C. Alright? I want you to look at who you've put in C. Are you going to tell me that Ray Sheila is not only bigger than everybody in B, but is, like, the same as Cammy, Claren, Lauren, and these? I don't think so. They're not going to sag. These are perky as hell. I think they're B. B cup for sure. I agree with Sapphire Jigs here. For sure, guys. If they were C, they'd sag. They're perking. They have to be B. Okay, B is coming close to the double D list. Guys, we're really close to the end here. Next up is Remla. This is one of the final big boobs, ladies. Wow, what's up with all the big boobs being towards the end? Like, at the beginning, it was all the small boobs. At the end, it's all the women with the really massive bazoingers. Remlas are pretty big. Now, I'm going to say it's safe to say they're bigger than D. Can we all agree on that? So it's probably double D, maybe triple D. But they're not D. There's no way these things are the same size as CC. Now, I want everyone to observe, first off, look how much shading there is underneath. Look at the right side bottom under her boob. Look how much of a shadow that thing is casting. These things are clearly sticking out of her shirt a bit. They're perky. And, well, they're very round, right? Now, double D is safe as hell. I'm going to say triple D is pretty good. Novus is definitely flat. Alright. Oh no, this chick. Christ. Triple D. She has a mullet. She kind of does. Oh yeah, if you're wondering where she came up from, she's from the Boundless quest where they were hired to, her friend kept buying drugs of her and he was starting to get aggressive with it, so she hired them to convinced the man to stop buying her drugs by scaring them off. Pretty much, she hired them to do a real-life scary drug PSA. It was a fun quest, though. Triple D is my answer. Double D or Triple D. There's a lot more Triple D. Let's just be safe here, and let's go Triple D. That's what the chat is agreeing on. Because, man, those are big boobs. Next up, we got, Chorus. Sorry for our arm being cut off, but, this was Tree's quote-unquote girlfriend. They weren't actually dating, but they did go on a date once. Can you believe Tree was with this fucking woman? Unbelievable, bro. Actually, can we get the complete image here? Hold on. Right? Where's the complete image? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it, actually. Maybe I don't have it saved? Fuck. I don't have it saved, don't worry, but she's holding Tree's face in the picture. She's a stripper at the fucking disastrous restaurants from Vath and Farbengar. And, yeah. I mean, she's a very, very pretty woman. Very beautiful woman. But, boobs-wise, they're pretty big. I'm gonna say C. Let's see what the chat says. We almost killed them. Yeah, Triple D sounds pretty good. Oh, that's for the last one. Okay, so hot B, C, B. I think she's a B for show. No, actually, not definitely B. B because it's perky. Yeah, they're perky, guys. I think it's a B. But I could see C. Now, this is a side angle, and her shoulder is covering a little bit of where the boob starts, and they go kind of low. So I could understand a C. They might be getting pushed out a bit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say she's a C, and she might be a little erect right now, and that's the reason why they look perky. But I don't think that they're B, because B has been kind of small compared to her. Yeah, this isn't the best pick to tell. It really isn't. But guys, we just put Ray Sheila at a B, and you could see Ray Sheila's nip through that shirt, bro. This woman has a lot more mass. I think that I'm gonna think C, but it might be B. Okay, the chat is really going with B. Okay, Nova said, C is final answer. Anybody else want to change to a C? I'm not trying to peer pressure you, but... Peer pressure! No, I mean, I'm not trying to peer pressure you, but... I don't think it's B. Because look who we've put in B, guys. Bareka, Isabel, Leoton, Ray Sheila. She's bigger than that, right? Look how much is coming off of her chest. Okay, yeah, C. C. I want her to be bigger. Yeah, we'll put her in C. Alright, next, guys, the next up answer is pretty obvious. This one's really obvious. Illegal! Moving on. There's no debate there. This character's 15. Alright, next up we got Sen. Well, I can't really tell. Kel says illegal. Nova says 5D. What? 5D? What? 5D? Why is the chat saying 5D? Oh, you guys were saying this for Rotten. Oh, I thought you were talking about Sensen. Like, what the fuck? Sensen's not 5D. What are you talking about? Isn't Sensen like 18? I think she is. Saggy as fuck. Yeah. Guys, Sensen is a no brawler. Let's be honest here. No brawl. But... they look like a B to me. Maybe a C. But I say B. Because, guys, they're sagging, they're chubby, they're not mass-filled, they're chubby. Okay, look at her right arm, and look how there's barely anything jetting out. They're not C to me. These are B. B, but saggy. B, C? Yeah, I say B. Yeah, B is safe for this one, guys. We're gonna go with B. I like her face. Her face looks good. Who we got up next? Next we got Train. Oh shit, guys, we got thighs in the screen! Alright, here she is. Now, Train is a very attractive woman, guys. Some people think she's scary. If you're not used to R&R's eeriness, then yeah, she might come off as scary. But, no, I think Train's day my tone. If you don't know Train, she's a classic R&R character. She fought Leoton in the tournament and won, so she's fucking powerful. She saved the Ratrapians during Stone from Space. She lives in Frodis, which is in Voomnus. It's a tier 3 ice-cold region. And she uses a special ability that lets her create Votaire, formulate it into a giant crystal, and swing it up to 30 feet away. She's really strong. Now, this woman is mysterious as all fucking hell, but cool as hell. And look at all these snakes, bro. Alright? If you want to see her naked, go look at the Patreon. It's one of the first hentais. You'll have to scroll down a bit, or up if you're in the Discord. And let's see what the chat's saying here. Yeah, I say B. Oh, yeah, B, flat, or A. Oh, wait, was that for the last one? I think that might have been for the last one. C for sure. Slight shading, so A. A? What? You guys think A? How's that A? Look how much... Guys, I want to point something out to you here. Why is this free transform? What the hell? I want to point something out here. Look at the coat. Look at how much it's perking out of the coat going over her arm. That is not an A. There's something there. I just wanted to point that part out there a little bit. I say B is safe. Maybe C. A is a little too small. I only saw shadow. Well, there's a shadow. That has to be a B. Come on. A's don't cast shadows, guys. Let's be honest here. That's the rule of the world. A's don't cast shadow. A lot of people say B, though. Okay, flat then. Bruh. There's a line on her sleeves. It's actually her boob. Yeah, it is her boob. A little hard to tell. B. I think she's quite perky. I think C for show. Alright, chat. Everyone, let's do a quick round. Post a B or a C. It's not A. I'm just gonna... As the creator of this... Okay, guys. If you look at her naked version and not the coat over it, it is not an A. There's a round boob there. So it's either C or B. There's no way it's A. I'm seeing C, C, B, B, C. Okay, a lot more C's than B's. We're gonna go with C. Oh wow, look how many tied fucking rounds there are actually. Jesus. Oh fuck, we're on the last row. Alright, Taflu. Taflu from Taflu's Toolery, a really old R&R character who's recently been remastered. If you want to see her big ass, go look at the hentai. This is cropped so that, guys, and if you look at the full version, it's more like this, and her ass is like in the screen, but this is the safe for work version. And yeah, you can kind of see her boob perking out a little bit here. Now, judging by how much it perks, guys, look where the shoulder is, and then go down where the nipple is, alright? There's some boob there. Alright? Also, the line on the bottom of the screen, look at the middle of the bottom of the screen. So that line is where her body is. So judging by how much the boob is coming off from that, there's some pretty big boobs there. Pretty decently big. Bro, I'm okay with Vincent winning, but not Maz. Bruh. We gotta judge this for real. We can't... She is wearing an apron. She is. She's wearing an apron. But you can see the nipple perking through that, bruh. C, D. I actually believe D. I think D, maybe double D. Yeah, those are too wide for C, guys. I'm gonna be real here with you. Judging by how far that comes off of her body, like if her torso is that line down there, judging by how much it's coming off, yeah, that has to be at least a D. C or D, I guess. D, yeah. Alright, D seems like everybody's safe option here. D. Yep. A lot of D. D works. Vita. Now, this art has not been presented yet, but this is from the Voomda Spa picture. First off, before, well, Vita's a guild member, if anybody doesn't know, but guys, can I get your opinions on this art before we talk about boob size? Now, she's naked in it. That's why she has the pom-pom logo over her breast. But what do you guys think of this art? I put a lot of time into it. I think it looks really nice. I like it. The lighting is yellowish because the Voomda Spa water glows yellow. There's a light under it. Novus is hot. Bro, yeah. I never considered Vita to be an overly fuckable character, but after looking at this art, I was like, yeah, I'd fuck that. It's longer than Cece, though. I say D. Like, if you look when... Okay, when Cece doesn't have her bra on and it's sagging, It's the same as Vita. D all the way. That's pretty awesome use of Pum logo. Wow, her hair. Yeah, I like the hair. The hair's nice. The hair's wet. That's why it looks like that, actually. Hot. Yeah. Okay, D for sure. A lot of D. Everybody's agreeing D. There's nobody who's disagreeing. It's D. Oh, shit. Look how many... Guys, there's a lot of tiers that are, like, even right now. It's a little scary here. Water. Oh, shit. Water tea poison, everyone. I think she's a solid D. That was for Vita. Okay. Bruh. Yeah, water. Now, I want you guys to know that fucking water has the same quarter skull metallic part as Marcy, but on the opposite side of her head. But yeah. Now, fun fact, you might think, why the hell is water in her bra? Water, for about 10 sessions, was wearing a fur coat and never replaced her chainmail top, and she was walking around in a bra. I don't even know if she was aware of this. But yeah. OMG 5D for sure. Bro, 5D? I don't know about that now. Horrifying. Christ, bro. Triple D. Get this thing away from me. Okay, so bottom line is D. It's higher than D though, guys. It's higher than D. It's D or higher. It's not C. That's just ridiculous. There's a lot of... Okay, guys. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to zoom in. So, it's cut off, but look how round, look how far apart they get. Now, I know you guys say boobs being pressed together, I mean they're big, but guys, look how round they are, bro. These things are perky. And look at the shading on the right side here. You see how much they go outwards? You can tell by how it's circular how far it's coming off the body. So they're perky. That goes without saying. I'm not saying you have to like the boobs, but you gotta be honest about the size, guys. What's the size? Please give her illegal. Okay, now a lot of chat is saying illegal. Wow, the chat is spamming illegal, bro. Illegal, and I can sleep. Okay, guys, everyone's saying illegal, so water's going in the illegal tier. Alright. I'm glad that was settled. We didn't even decide on a fucking size. Oh, shit. Put her in the illegal? Yep, we got it. Now, there's only 2 options left, and they're very weird options. So, here we have Yuno. Ignore the cut-off body on the side. That was good guy. Now, listen. You might think, Rat, I think you got the wrong game. Isn't this from an anime? No, this is not from an anime, I promise. It's not my character. This is, in Tales of R&R, you can make your own characters. This is played by Fat Ho in chat. There's quite a lot of sessions where people played as like some guards. There was the Squad 4 session. There was a Squad 3 session. Then there was the continuation, Yuno's Endeavor, when she was trapped in Lac Missum and had to escape with the remaining survivors. And then there was the session just recently in Tale of R&R, which was Loref's Infestation, where they defended Marlarks, and Yuno was there. Yuno's been in a lot of sessions. She's pretty popular, so even though she's just a Tale of R&R character, I figured she deserves a place, guys. She's a pretty fucking popular character now. Let's add her in. She's a good character. I actually like this character. Now, let's see what the chat says. Yuno is supposed to be B in my mind. Then she is B. Probs A. Okay, guys. This Yuno is... Okay, first off, her art does not match up perfectly with the actual Yuno Gasai from that. So that we're just gonna... Don't think about Yuno Gasai from Future Diary. First off, if this was Yuno Gasai from Future Diary, she would be in the illegal tier because she's like 15. So get that out your minds. But, no, she's an 18-year-old Lac Missum guard. And she looks kind of flat. Maybe A, though. I don't fucking know. It's really hard to tell from this art. She's wearing a big vest and a scarf. But I don't see... Okay, guys. I want to zoom into part of the shading here. Now, this art's done by Blue, not me. But I want you guys to observe how underneath the arm, there is no shading indicating depth where the boob is at. Now, that might be because it's a vest, but I'm going to say it's going to be A. It's not going to be B. It's going to be A or it's going to be flat. I kind of want to say flat because in my mind she's flat. Like, that's how I've always pictured this character, is flat. Not from the show, but just from the game. What's everyone saying? I guess A, maybe B. She took a Voltaire Blast and survived. Yeah, she did. A Voltaire Blast from the fucking Bosom Queen. Can't even see boobs due to the scarf. Yeah. Everyone's saying A. Alright, let's do A. Alright, guys. Now, listen. I'm sure you guys are really gonna question everything and everything here. Alright? Now, here's the most beautiful female of them all. The Bosom Queen. Now that breast on it, that thing is not an eye. That's just a big boobie, right? Now, what's that size? I'm sorry. Let's 5D. That's where we end. Now, there's one more character. There's actually a really major character left, so we're not ending. We have one more. All right, we got Zapine. I cut Vincent out the picture. Now, you might think, who the fuck is she and why does she look scary? This woman, you guys have never met a woman of her race. She's mysterious as hell. She's an OG Cussack Tab Vitae member before Wester even developed the group. She is 11 feet tall. She helped Vincent break out of prison, and she was on the original Cussack Tab Vitae location quest. She's very, very fast. Artisan is the fastest Ratrapian in the whole guild house, and she's faster than him. So she's scary as fuck, powerful as hell. But this is her when she's in her prison outfit, guys. Now, what are we going to say here? There's a bit of shading, so you can kind of tell the boob size. And I want to see what everybody's going to say here. Desk, that's a desk. Oh, okay. Okay, B for sure. Flat. Wait, who said flat? This isn't flat. Oh, that was for the last one. I'm sorry, guys. I was reading the last. I was reading the Bosom Queen. B or C, D or C, B, C, B, B, it's quite big, definitely D, it isn't perky, C, it's jutting out on her arm, B, she's a giant though, okay guys, it's not perky because she's a giant, but if she wasn't a giant, what would it be? Now they're quite round, and you can see the separation in the shirt, so I'm going to say, in my opinion, A is completely out of the question. B is safe. C seems pretty reasonable with me. They look about the same size as like the people like Shrain and like they look like Lorenz. They're saggy like Lorenz. I say C. That's my personal vote. And the chat is mostly saying D, you cowards. I can see D. I can actually see D a little bit. But no, they look smaller than D. I'm going to be honest. They look smaller than D. Let's go for C. I think people are just picking what tier they want to win. I don't think people are being honest here. I think people are just picking which one they want to win the ballot because they placed bets at the beginning. Get her in a brawl. Okay, guys, actually, I have one more art of this character, so we're going to change the art now. I just realized I have old art of her. You can see the boobs a little better in this one. Now, I didn't do much shading back then. This was early art. This was when I first got my drawing tablet. But it's a lot easier to see it here. Okay, now everybody's saying D. Double D? It's C. Yeah, it's not B, guys. I'm sorry. It's not B. It's out of the question. Sharon's saying B because he wants that to win. Sorry, but I don't think it's B. Double D? D. Where? It's so long, bro. It is pretty long, but I don't think it's double D. I think it's D. I doubt it's double D. I don't see double D, guys. Look at who we've put in double D. I don't think it's double D. I think it's D. It's about as long as Vita's. It's about as long as Narita's. About as long as Naomi's. It's not really wide and perky like a double D. Because that's the thing. D's is when they get big and saggy. Double D's is when they get perky and big. Regular D. Just D. It's D. My vote is on D, but everybody's saying different answers right now. I have a gun. It's B. Guys, I think it's B. No, I think it's D. Man, dude, I wanted Vita to be double D. I don't think Vita's double D. If you put CC... Guys, Vita and CC's boobs are the same exact size. If CC is a D, Vita is a fucking D. I will act like you've taken away my iPad when I'm playing Angry Birds 2. That's a... Can I read that in the Gray Fox voice? I'm stomping around the floor like you took away my iPad when I'm playing Angry Birds 1. No, Angry Birds Star Wars Edition. No, Angry Birds 2 Snake. Angry Birds 2. So that's it. If you never watched the Metal Gear Solid Experience video on Rat Trap Kingdom, what the hell are you doing? Go look at that video. It's funny as hell, bro. It's the first live stream highlight I made. But, okay, some people changed their mind and went to D, and now we're actually... Maz is so we going with C. Okay, Maz betted for C. That's why he's saying C. It's D, guys. We're going with D. Let's be honest here. We all know it's D. Wow, I'm surprised. I actually personally betted C in my mind. I guess it was D. Would you look at that? Well, I guess that's everyone. Shit. Let's take down the girls now. So, by the end of it, first off, how many characters are here? I actually don't know. Is there like 55, 56? Am I wrong? I don't fucking know. But, there's a lot. Middle finger to you all. Let me go see what everybody betted for, guys. I actually don't know. It says... Paste it in chat, please. You can't change your answer. I can go back and look if you changed your answer. If Kelly changes her answer, I'm taking away 150 Vekels from Vita. I know what your answer was.
No shit.
Alright, no 5-year 40 bets. Water voted triple D. Kelly voted 2D. Coffee, Plush, and Blue voted D. Maz voted B. Vincent voted A. So, well, most people voted for D, and D was correct. Oh, thanks, Kelly. You remembered. Yeah, Kelly wrote down all of them. Alright, guys. Well, yeah, D. Everybody gets that. Now, because of the votes, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guys, can I please have a, can somebody calculate for me, what is 7 times 150, and then divide that by 3? Someone type that in for me, please. Because I don't have a calculator open, and everybody's watching the stream. It does not want to watch me pull up a calculator and waste time. Fuck. Hold on. Sorry, the music stopped. We ran out of that. I'll put one of the Guild House themes. High fives, Plush, coffee. 350 times 7. Did you put 50 times 7? I think you meant 350 times 7. Maz is saying call me. That's not to call. Call me right now, please. Oh, okay. We're calling Maz, everyone.
Hello. Fuck.
What'd you think of the boobs tier list, huh?
Fuck this. That's fucking what? Hey, Kelly, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Kelly, can you hear Maz?
You fuck.
She has her volume turned down. Oh, she's turning on her AirPods now.
Fuck you, showers. You fucking assholes for coming at me, you bastards. I'm gonna stab.
Jesus Christ.
You guys won't see it coming. I'm about to make me come over there tomorrow.
Yeah, I can hear you now, man.
Not to come over there.
Mads, are you drunk right now, bro? Jesus Christ.
Fuck you.
Oh, shit.
Honey,
What?
it's 350.
I said 350 times... 150 times 7.
No, 150 divided by 3 people is 50.
No, you typed it in backwards. It's 150 times 7, and that divided by 3.
Nah, man.
That's not how it works. Unless I'm
How
dumbass.
it works.
Am I a dumbass? Wait, maybe you're right, but listen, type it in the correct way to double check the math.
It's 150 divided by 3, right?
By 7?
That doesn't sound right at all to me. I'm pretty sure you have to type in 150 times 7 and then divide it by 3. That's the only way it works.
It's still 350, bitch.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh. What is 150 times 7?
This.
Oh, yeah, that is... Okay, that would be 350. That's right. All right.
Wait, what are you talking about, Kelly? No, I didn't get that number.
Correct. Forget question mark.
I got 69 and 420.
Excuse me. 69 and 420 is what the math is, Kelly. Everybody at 69 Veckles? That seems right. I think Maz is the one who's right here. You're clearly wrong on this.
Yeah, bitch.
Alright, guys. Now, I'm just gonna pull this up for no particular reason. Who wants some Subway?
It better not be no, like, half-inch. Okay, what the fuck is that?
A dumbass
so-
edit of Nelson's tier 2 art.
That's like that's a 3 foot right there.
Bro, she got 3 full longs. Damn, she ate a lot. That's why she's so fat on the bottom, bro. Alright.
Look, here, hold on. Before we end, like in the comments I said, I'm just happy that we put water in illegal. I'm just saying that.
Everybody can sleep happy
really
knowing
good
that.
Group vote. It was a really good group vote, and I thank you all for doing that.
I'm hungry. Ooh, I want some Subway. Bro, Subway's great. Guys, do you enjoy the Boobs tier list? And would you like us to do possibly other tier lists in the future? Or is this something that should just be a one-off? I'm fine with either. But personally, I'm conflicted. I really did enjoy this, but it does take a lot of effort to do tier lists. So if you enjoy it and you want more, we will do it. However, I'm not going to put 4 hours of preparation into a tier list if nobody's going to go. So let me know what you guys think. Because we did put 4 hours of preparation into downloading every single art for every forgotten character, compiling them into a folder, making this thumbnail look nice with all of their boobs cropped correctly, cropping all the pictures out so you can see them, and picking which arts have their boobs and which ones don't, and then making 56 icons of faces. Yeah, it took a lot, actually. I had to set up the R&R channel for live streaming, too. So, I just want to know. I don't mind putting in that much effort. I put in more effort on that for an R&R session. It's just a matter of, is this good? Is this not good? And let's check the chat. Hell yeah, yes, more. I'm glad I was the one that started the illegal vote on water. Right, you forgot the most important character. Narmi? Oh, fuck Narmi, bro. No, not Narmi. Ew. We can't even see her boobs, no. But we didn't get Skyrim. I'll tell you what. I'll do like 40 minutes to an hour of Skyrim after this, because we're on the final quest of the companions, and I wanted to finish that. Do it again, because I'm planning on redoing the art for Nyla. Oh boy, yes, bulge list. But you don't see bulges for like almost any character at all.
What about like muscle? What about muscle?
Muscle? Oh, a muscle tier list. We could do that. You can see a lot of muscles on a lot of male and female characters. What's some other ideas? Oh, guys, I was thinking for males and females is stupid, but we could do a thigh tier list.
Oh no.
Yeah, not ass, because you don't see ass of almost anyone, but we could do a thigh tier list, guys. Now, muscles is boring. Give more male characters bulges. I don't draw that low on people. I only draw faces for miscellaneous characters. We only do full bodies for major characters or guild members. That's it. Thigh tier list? Hell yeah. That'd be interesting. And for people that are really into Realms and Ratrapians, we might do tier lists that don't relate to physical appearance, such as, like, I don't know, scariest creatures. It doesn't have to be people, because, dude, R&R has more than 100 creatures. That's more than the characters. There's a lot of fucking creatures, guys. We could do creature tier list, scariest. We could do bad guy tier lists. You know what I'm saying?
R&R meme tier list.
The best part about R&R is that it's really open-ended, guys, right? Like, it's very much like, the story is really confusing, but it's super in-depth that people theorize things about it all the time. Every time a session ends, you guys talk about R&R for an hour before you leave the voice chat, because there's so much to say. That's why it's good for tier lists. It's really good for a conversation topic, so we can even do, like, tier lists on, like, I don't know, say, if we did one on just actual R&R tier lists, guessing who was tier 1, high tier 1, mid tier 2, we wouldn't really know. We'd have to guess based on how they fought. I don't fucking know. We'll figure it out, but I think a thigh tier list we'll definitely do for sure. That'd be interesting. Well, yeah. Quest tier list? Oh, that'd be cool. Because there's oh yeah, we should do a quest tier list. There's been so many good quests, guys. But hear me out here. Shadowhands, we should wait before we do the quest tier list, because we've only posted 3 quests on the R&R channel by this point, so I should start posting all the quests, so people who haven't seen them could read them. For anybody who's never listened to an R&R quest, the only ones being posted on the channel are tier 2 or above, or the really just the best ones. We don't do miscellaneous tier 2 quests. Like, the really cool, interesting, funny, out there, heavily developed quests, those are the ones that will be posted. So if you are doing chores around the house, working on art, playing a game, and you want something to listen to, put on an R&R session, guys. It's really good. You guys will enjoy them, trust me. My last word before I go, thighs. We'll do thighs for sure. Yeah. Well, thanks for joining, and if by the slim chance somebody's listening to this and does not know what R&R is, join the Rat Trap in a Discord, and if you're into our community and decide you want to be there, you can get on the Patreon for just $5, and you can play multiple sessions a week. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's very in-depth. I put a lot of time into it. You'll enjoy it. So, that being said, thanks for watching, everyone. That concludes this. We'll be back soon with a little bit of Skyrim, because, man, a lot of people here are obsessed with it, and I'm included. I want to play some. So, good night, everyone.